Seelen, not really sure how you pronounce that, .io, and you can get Seelen UI. And as you can see, it does a whole lot more than change the taskbar. It has a window snapping feature. It can change, give you like sort of like a top bar, sort of like on Linux. Honestly, a lot of the UI, at first glance, you see this and you think that looks kind of, Mac-like, but in actuality, I would say it's a bit more like a Linux sort of Ubuntu kind of feel. So you can download it from the Microsoft Store or your own installer. There's more versions here. These are just different back versions in case you had issues and that sort of thing. So I have already installed this. So we're just going to go ahead and open it up. So hit open, and you're going to see things transform before your very eyes. Wait for it. And there we go. You can see now I've got this very customized dock over here that has pretty much nothing pinned to it. I've got the settings, my files, and then the Windows button here. I'm going to show you something pretty cool too. So let's just say that I open my downloads folder. Boom, it is open. And now I open my music folder, a folder I don't really use. And you can see that it automatically resized the windows to fit. I can open Firefox and look, it resized to that as well. Let's say I open the settings app and it resized to fit it in here. And if you still want to maximize something, you can still maximize it, no problem. If you want to bring it back down in size so you can see everything at once, boom, nice and easy. You've got volume and all these kinds of controls. If I go to these settings here, you got brightness, you can shut down all these kinds of things. You also have all those controls over here, somewhat redundantly. You can also press this here, press the gear, and that is going to give you the settings for Seelen UI. And you get all sorts of things here. There's your taskbar. You can change things about the width, the item size, that's the size of the things on the menu, the space between the items. So let's change the item size to something ridiculous just so we can see. And similar to when we were using Explorer Pasture, each time that we make a change, we need to hit save before it shows up. So now we've got a giant one. Great for if maybe you were using, again, a tablet, but I don't need it that big. So let's just say 40, again, like it was. And let's say we wanted a lot of space. Let's put 40 as a space between. Hit save. Now they're really spaced apart. That looks kind of silly. So let's put it back to 8. But you can see you can customize it a lot. Generate thumbnails on hover. That's how I see these little peaks here. Open the window title, only horizontal. And we can show the location to... right here, I have it on the side, but you could have it on the bottom. Or you could have it on the top if you prefer, right up there. Okay, now you have everything along the top, not just all of these controls here. Again, I just kind of like it on the side. Oh, wrong side. And if you don't like that at all and you just want this, you can even just turn that off and just go, boom, I don't want it. So we can turn it back on. Boom, we've got it back. Now you can also change the look of these using customization plugins. So I have a fully customizable dock here, right? And I could make it, for example, the background color. I could change it to be red. And then I hit save. Boom, and now it's a red one. I can just undo that, back to the default. I could also change the transparency. I could make it 0 transparency. So there's no background at all, just a bunch of icons. I do have an outline, but there is features here to get rid of the outline too, if that's something that you want to do. Again, I'm just going to put that back to default. I have changed those on here using Fancy Toolbar, which allows you to do the same kind of customizations for this toolbar so that it is transparent other than when I hover over it. You can also remove what items, they call them modules, are on here. You just right click and you've got all kinds of modules you can add or remove. Say I don't like the Bluetooth on there, boom, it's gone. I want it back, boom, it's there. It's in the end though, but I can move it back over here. So those are all things you can do. This is the window manager, that tiling thing. If you don't like that Windows tiling thing, you just turn it off and then hit save and it'll be gone. And you also have you can change. Okay, let's see. Let's change this here. Let's go grid. Let's save this. Now when I open here and I open here, okay, tiles like that. Let's open Explorer. Tiles like that. Let's open uh, the desktop, open in a new window. Okay, see, that's the behavior that I wanted it to have in the first place. Go in a grid. So that's very handy. So you can do that kind of thing. Super duper. And there's different layouts that you can choose and all kinds of things about like the spacing here. So for example, the padding, there's no padding, workspace padding, that's between them. Space between containers. Let's see. Containers is probably in the middle. Let's save that. Let's see what difference happens. Okay, now there's very little padding. There's technically still some padding. That's interesting. Say save. Now there's no padding on the outside. So maybe you just want to utilize the most real estate as well. I think I'm going to put the workspace padding. That's the outside spacing back. Or maybe I want to put it at 5. There we go. Now it's butting right up against here. Maybe let's hit it in the middle and go 7. Okay. Kind of utilizes the screen a bit better in the space between. Let's make it 7 as well. Maybe even less. Let's make it like 3. Just a little bit of spacing. Okay, I actually like that a little bit better, so we're going to leave that. You can have an animation, different types of animations for when it's snapping. There's all kinds of crazy things you do. And you can go up here to resources, plugins, themes, widgets, icon packs, wallpapers, sound packs. You can actually control the wallpaper settings from in here, but I honestly just do that from Windows. And you can do here themes, and you can get more themes by clicking on the link here. And let's maximize that. And we can see themes as well as plugins and all kinds of things. You can get a more Vista looking theme. You could get a more, I saw one here that's more of like a liquid glass kind of look. Maybe it wasn't in here. It was, might have been in the plugins here. But yeah, you can get all kinds of different looks to everything. And ignore all of these ads that come up so that you can make things look, yeah, there you go. Apple Dock Liquid Glass gives it more transparent look. Change your home button, your start button to an Apple. You can do that if you want a more classy look. So you get all kinds of options for how you can customize your interface. I hope this helps you enjoy your Windows experience even more and helps you if you are jumping from Windows 10 to Windows 11, or you just want to spice up how things look. Customization doesn't have to be limited to things like Linux. You can have fun here on Windows too. For all things tech, Mac, Windows, maybe even some Linux coming up, hint, hint, stay tuned and stay subscribed.